Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the national competition. 4 zonal competitions out of the way. From the 4 zones, we had 16 schools qualifying to the national championship. These 16 schools have been balloted into 8 contests. Round of 16, ladies and gentlemen. The second contest is upon us. This one is between the Tamale Technical University from the Northern Zone and the West End University College from the Southeast Zone. A place at the quarterfinal stage is at stake. Which of these 2 schools will qualify to join the Valley View University at the quarterfinals? Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Tertiary Business Science Challenge 2025 version 7.0. Ladies and gentlemen, the program is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. The contest is going to be organized in 6 rounds. But before then, let's look at the 2 schools who will be doing battle this day. First is the West End University College. They joined the Tertiary Business Science Challenge in 2024. In 2024, at their first time of asking, they qualified to the national championship. No, they could not qualify to the national championship after a failed attempt last year. This year, they have made it to the national championship and they want to make their mark. They will have the Tamale Technical University to contend with. For Tamale Technical University, they joined the Tertiary Business Science Challenge in 2021. What we need to know about TATU is that anytime they have made their way to the Tertiary Business Science Challenge, they have qualified to the national quarterfinals. They have been at this stage and beyond 3 times in the past. They will come up against a Western University College who are seeking to make an appearance at the quarterfinal stage for the very first time. It is only one of them who will make it. Will it be the Tamale Technical University who are seeking to make it 4 out of 4? Or will it be the Western University College who are seeking to make it for the very first time? Ladies and gentlemen, your guess is as good as mine. With a round of applause, please let's welcome our contestants on stage. Please keep clapping as they join us on stage. Keep clapping. Gentlemen and lady, you are welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so please introduce yourselves. Begin with the Tamale Technical University.
My name is Opon Kwaku Gabriel, BTech level 300.
Dente Ramson is my name, BTech level 300.
I'm Mohamed Hadi Alasan, BTech level 300.
Who do we have from West End University College?
My name is Fonyo Jude, accounting level 300.
Edinam Ablanka Sika, Human Resource Management, level 400.
Akinwumi Oladele, Computer Science, level 300.
You are welcome once again.
Thank you.
Now, beginning with you, West End University College. So, your first appearance at the national championship. What should we expect from you?
Expect us to put up our best.
How has the preparation been like?
It hasn't been easy, but we've been trying to cover as much as we can, so we are hoping to do our best today.
All right, let's see how your best goes. Tamale Technical University, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
How has the preparation been like towards this competition?
It wasn't easy at all, but With our effort, we think we can do something better.
What should we expect from you?
Nothing but the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should expect nothing but the best. The two schools are poised for action. They are seated. They've run their mouth. They've prepared. They are here to offer their best. We hope they do their best. And I genuinely wish them the very best of luck. This is a national championship. This is a Tertiary Business Science Challenge. And this is version 7.0. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reminded that the contestants are led here by their distinguished coaches, and they will be seeking to make an appearance at the quarterfinal stage. It promises to be exciting. This is the second contest. We already have Valley View University in the quarterfinal stage. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traore, and I love academic violence. Let's have some violence this afternoon. So we are going to have 6 rounds of contest. Round 1 is on theory to test your understanding of basic principles and concept in business. Round 2 will involve calculations. You are free to use your calculators. Round 3 is our business case of the day. The two of you will be presented with a common problem. You are supposed to work as a team and come up with one solution. Round 4 is a graphic business segment where I'm going to ask you some questions on stories that appeared in the graphic business newspaper. Round 5 is a true or false segment, and the 6th and final round will be riddles. Please, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
If you are ready, I'm going to begin with you, West End University College, round 1. In this round, questions can appear from any of the business areas. You have 10 seconds to give an answer if it's your major question. For a bonus, you have 5 seconds within which to give an answer. 3 points if you get your major question correct, 1 point if it's a bonus. Each school will attempt 6 major questions, beginning with the West End University College, but this is a common preamble to the two of you. Common preamble, please take notes. Now let's do something in the law of contract. Damages. I believe we've heard of damages before for a breach of contract. So there are various types of damages. I'm going to read a scenario to you. Your duty is to tell me the type of damage that is being explained in the scenario. Is that okay? Did you get a preamble?
Yes, please.
Did you get a preamble? Okay. So for you, West End University College, a seller knowingly hides defect in a used vehicle and sells it as newly refurbished. The buyer incurs major repair cost after purchase. Identify the type of damages to be paid for the breach and explain why. A seller knowingly hides defect in a used vehicle and sell it as newly refurbished. The buyer incurs major repair cost after purchase. You have to identify the type of damage that may be imposed here and explain why. Even bailed out. Bonus is available at Tamale Technical University. Okay. Now your major question, Tamale Technical University. A software developer agrees to complete a system by September 30 with a clause specifying fixed payment of 5,000 cedis per week of delay. The project is delivered 2 weeks later. Identify the type of damages to be paid for the breach and explain why. A software developer agrees to complete a system by 30th September with a clause specifying a fixed payment of 5,000 cedis per week of delay. The project is delivered 2 weeks late. Identify the type of damages to be paid for the breach and explain why. Even bailed out. Bonus is available West End. You've also been bailed out. So for the first one I asked West End, we call it punitive damages. Punitive damages, where somebody acts fraudulently and you impose damages to punish the person. Okay, you are not just compensating the buyer, but also to punish the wrongdoer. For the second illustration, it is called liquidated damages. Liquidated is where you agree on a set of damages in the event of breach, even before the contract implementation begins. Next set of questions, also a common preamble to the two of you. Still beginning with West End University College. There are various types of controls in an organization, controls, to ensure that activities stay on track. These controls may be applied before, during, or even after a project or an activity is executed, depending on the purpose. Now, for the scenario that I'm going to read out to you, explain or identify the type of control and explain why. Did you get a preamble? There are various types of controls. So I'm going to give you some scenarios. Identify the control that has been described in the scenario and explain why you think it is that type of control. West End University College. During assembly line operations, supervisors monitor workers and machines. If a defect is noticed, they stop the process and correct it immediately before continuing. Identify the type of control and explain. During the assembly line operations, supervisors monitor workers and machines. If a defect is noticed, they stop the process and correct it immediately before continuing. What type of control is this? Explain why. West End.
This refers to concurrent control, where controls are done during operations and errors are identified and rectified immediately.
Yes, it is correct. Tamale Technical University. An auditing firm screens candidates for a major financial audit project, selecting only those with international certification and previous big project experience. This is done before any audit activities begin. Identify the type of control here and explain. An auditing firm screens candidates for a major financial audit project, selecting only those with international certification and previous big project experience. This is done before any audit activities begin. Identify the type of control being explained here.
Okay. This is a technical control because it deals with the technical expertise before the activities goes on.
That is not correct, unfortunately, you've been bailed out. Bonus is available.
This refers to pre-current control, where errors
This
are...
what? Can you come again?
This refers to pre-current control,
Okay.
where errors are detected before and corrective measures are taken to prevent errors from occurring.
I'm not going to accept that for a bonus. It is feed-forward control. Feed-forward. Feed-forward. Next set of questions, still beginning with West End. West End University. I'm going to read out some scenarios to you. Identify the concept that is being explained. Following weak economic growth data, the euro fell from €1 to $1.1 to €1 equals $1. European exports become more competitive globally. Identify the foreign exchange concept being illustrated. Following weak economic data, the euro fell from €1 equals to $1.1 to €1 equals $1.0. European exports become more competitive globally. Identify the foreign exchange concept being illustrated. Explain. Bailed out bonus for Tamale Technical University. All right. Your major question, Tamale Technical University. To combat inflation, a government repegs its fixed exchange rate from 8 units per dollar to 7 units per dollar. Identify the foreign exchange concept being explained or being illustrated and explained briefly. To combat inflation, a government repegs its foreign exchange rate from 8 units per dollar to 7 units per dollar. Identify the foreign exchange concept being illustrated. Explain. Bailed out. Bonus available West End.
This refers to currency devaluation, where there's a deliberate act by the government to reduce the value of its currency to gain benefits in export and import markets.
Currency revaluation is correct. For our next set of questions, we are beginning with Tamale Technical University. Tamale Technical University, this time we are beginning with you, common preamble to the two schools. You have to identify the type of risk that is being illustrated in the scenario I'll give you. Risk, the type of risk. Okay. So, Tattoo, a cocoa exporting company in Ghana suffers major losses after global cocoa prices fall by 30% within a month. A cocoa exporting company in Ghana suffers major losses after global cocoa prices fall by 30% within a month.
That is interest rate risks.
No, that is not correct. Bonus is available.
Competitive risks.
You've been bailed out. You've been bailed out. So I'm not going to give the answer now. Now your major question, West End University College. A Ghanaian construction company borrows $10 million. By the time repayment is due, the cedi has depreciated significantly, increasing the local currency cost of repaying the loan. A Ghanaian construction company borrows $10 million. By the time repayment is done or is due, the cedi has depreciated significantly, increasing the local currency cost of repaying the loan. What type of risk is this? Explain. West End. Tattoo, bonus for you. It is known as the exchange rate risk. Exchange rate risk. The earlier question was market risk. Market risk. Next set of questions, let's do some IT, system development methodologies. So you have to identify the system development methodology that is being used and explain why you think so. Explain or identify the system development technique that is being used here and explain why. Tamale Technical University. A retail chain wants a point of sale system developed in 6 weeks. Developers build user interfaces quickly with customer involvement, focusing on rapid prototyping and iterative changes rather than detailed planning. A retail chain wants a point of sale system developed in 6 weeks. Developers build user interfaces quickly with customer involvement, focusing on rapid prototyping and iterative changes rather than detailed planning. Tamale Technical University.
The Aja.
That is not correct. Even bailed out. Bonus for West End. also bailed out. Now your major question. Your major question, West End University. An airline IT department develops a mock-up of a new check-in system to show managers and get feedback. Based on the feedback, they improve the interface before writing any real code. An airline IT development or department develops a mock-up of a new check-in system to show managers and get feedback. Based on the feedback, they improve the interface before writing any real code. Which type of system development technique is this?
It's called the act of prototyping, continuous development and continuous integration, where developers set off a prototype first, put it out for customers or the executives, show them what they have the intention to build. When they accept or have issues with the prototype, they remove features and they go back to drawing board, re-effect it, then implement it.
Yes, that is correct. And now for our last set of questions for the round. Last set of questions, you have to identify the tax concept that will be illustrated in the scenario that I'll give you and explain why you think that is correct. So I'm going to read out some scenario to you. Identify the tax concept that is being explained or illustrated. Beginning with Tamale Technical University. An employee at a research institution receives 36,000 cedis as taxable income in a year. She applies for a government-supported education grant of 1,200 cedis for enrolling her children in a certified STEM program. Upon processing her return, the GRA reduces her final tax liability by the same amount. Identify the tax concept being illustrated and explain its effect on the taxpayer's liability. Shall I take it again? An employee at a research institution receives 36,000 cedis as taxable income in a year. She applies for a government-supported education grant of 1,200 cedis for enrolling her children in a certified STEM program. Upon processing her tax return, the GRA reduces her final tax bill by the same amount of 1,200 cedis. Identify the tax concept that is being illustrated here and its effect on the final tax liability. Tamale Technical University.
Okay. So that is tax relief. And this will reduce the tax liability.
Okay, tax relief, tax. I'll accept that. It's fine. West End University College. A freelance interior designer. A freelance interior designer earns 120,000 cedis in gross receipts. She submits records showing 48,000 cedis in transportation, labor, and material expenses. The GRA accepts these and assesses her tax based on 72,000 cedis. Identify the tax concept that is illustrated here and its effects on the taxpayer's liability. A freelance interior designer earns 120,000 cedis in gross receipts. She submits records showing 48,000 cedis in transport, labor, and material expenses. The GRA accepts these and assesses her tax based on 72,000 cedis. Identify the tax concept and its effect on her final tax liability. Even bailed out, bonus for Tamale Technical University.
That is tax assessment, and this will increase the tax liability.
No, I'm not accepting tax assessment. Tax deductions. Those are deductions. On that note, we come to the end of round one. How did the round one go? It looks like you are still building momentum. West End, how did it go for you?
Well, we are trying our best. And we hope that this carry us to the best, to the next level, actually.
Tamale Technical University, how did the first round go for you?
Okay. We couldn't meet our target because there was a little bit some pressure on us, but we are hoping to come better.
That is just round one. We have 5 more rounds to go. So just gather yourselves and both schools perform better in the subsequent rounds. At the end of round one, the scores. Tamale Technical University had 3 points. West End University had 7 points. Please show some love to them. We are going into round 2. This will involve calculations. You are free to use your calculators. Each of you will attempt 6 major questions. For a major question, you have 30 seconds to give an answer. For a bonus, you have just 5 seconds. 2 attempts only at a major question, 1 attempt at a bonus. Please, are we ready? This round will commence from the Tamale Technical University. Tatu, are you ready?
Yes, please.
Okay. CompuGhana Limited has a 20% profit margin and plans to increase prices by 10%. Assuming costs remain the same, what will be the new profit margin? CompuGhana Limited has a 20% profit margin and plans to increase prices by 10%. Assuming costs remain the same, what will be the new profit margin?
Okay, so that is 27.27%.
Yes. West End University College, Piva Beverages sells a product at a profit margin of 30%. If it cuts prices by 20% and costs remain unchanged, what will be the new profit margin? Piva Beverages Limited sells a product at a profit margin of 30%. If it cuts or reduces prices by 20% and costs remain the same, what will be the new profit margin?
21.2%.
No, it is not 21.2%. You have one other chance. Even bailed out bonus for Tamale Technical University.
It's 12.5%.
Yes. Next set of questions, still beginning with Tamale Technical University. A marketing campaign cost 10,000 cedis and generated 18,000 new visits to the company's website. The campaign target was 15,000 visits. Calculate the effectiveness, efficiency, and cost per visit. A marketing campaign cost 10,000 cedis and generated 18,000 new visits to the company's website. The campaign target was 15,000 visits. You have to calculate the effectiveness of the campaign, the efficiency of the campaign, and the cost per visit. Tamale Technical University.
So, it can be realized that the cost given was 10,000 and it generated 18,000. So it can be seen that it has been increased by 3,000. So which shows how effective the contract was, and as compared to the target that was supposed to to be met was 15,000, and as compared to what the generated income to is 15,000. In that case, that plateau has been increased by 3,000. That shows how efficient the.
That is not acceptable.
The efficiency is 20%.
Please, even bailed out. Relax. Even bailed out. Bonuses available to West End University College.
So, we'll find a difference.
West End, your major question. An email campaign cost 6,000 cedis and resulted in 9,000 click-throughs, though the expected target was 12,000 click-throughs. Calculate the effectiveness, efficiency, and cost per click-through. An email campaign cost 6,000 cedis and resulted in 9,000 click-throughs, though the expected target was 12,000 clicks. Calculate the effectiveness, efficiency, and cost per click. Even bailed out. Bonus for Tamale Technical University.
Okay. So the cost per click is 67 pesos, and the efficiency is negative 3,000, and the effectiveness is 2,040 Ghana cedis.
I'm not taking that. So the effectiveness is 75%. 75%, that is 9,000 out of the 12,000. Efficiency is 1.5 clicks per CD. And then the cost per click is 0.67, like you said. Okay, but because it's a bonus, I'm not accepting one out of the three answers. Next question to you, Tamale Technical University. At 120,000 CD assets has a 6-year useful life and a salvage value of 20,000 CDs. What is the depreciation expense in year 2 using the sum of the years digit method? A 120,000 CD asset has a 6-year useful life and a salvage value of 20,000 CDs. What is the depreciation expense in year 2 using the sum of the years digit method?
So the year 1, the year 2 own is the year 2 own is the year 2 own is 11,904.76.
No, please, that is not correct. Bonus is available West End University College.
23,809.52.
Yes, that is correct. Speak into the microphone, sir. But that is correct. Now your major question, West End University College. A machine was purchased for 150,000 CDs and has a salvage value of 30,000 CDs. It is expected to last 6 years. Compute the year 3 depreciation using the sum of the years digit method. A machine was purchased for 150,000 CDs and has a salvage value of 30,000 CDs. It is expected to last 6 years. Compute the year 3 depreciation using the sum of the years digit method.
Uh, 22,857.14.
Yes. For our next set of questions, we are beginning with the West End University College. West End, you start this session or this round for us. An industry consists of the following firms with their respective market shares. For firm A, 35% share. Firm B, 25%. Firm C, 15%. Firm D, 10%. Firm E, 5%. And firm F, 10%. Compute the four-firm Herfindahl-Hecksman index. I take it again. An industry consists of the following firms with their respective market share. Firm A has 35%, B 25%, C 15%, D 10%, E 5%, and F is 10%. Compute the four-firm Herfindahl-Hecksman index.
Um, 85% indicating a high market share.
No, that is not correct. You have one other chance. Even bailed out. Bonus for Tamale Technical University.
So that's 0.85.
No, that is not correct. Your major question, tattoo. So an industry consists of the following firms. Firm A, 40%, B is 20%, C, 15%, D, 10%, E, 10%, and F, 5%. Compute the four-firm Herfindahl-Hecksman index. I take it again. An industry consists of the following firms with the market shares as follows. A is 40%, B 20%, C 15%, D 10%, E 10%, and F is 5%. Compute the Herfindahl-Hecksman index.
$1.33.
I'm not taking that. You have one other chance.
90%.
No, please. Bonus is available West End University College.
16.67.
No. That is also not correct. It is 2,325. 2,325. The earlier illustration was 2,175. You just have to identify the firms with the highest or the top four firms, and then you square their percentages and you sum it up. As simple as that. Next question. West End. An auditor estimates that auditing a client with assets of 20 million cedis in a low-risk environment will take 300 hours. The auditor is now assigned to a client with 60 million cedis in assets and a moderate risk profile. If the time is adjusted by a factor of 1.3 for moderate risk, how many additional hours will be required due to the increased size and risk? An auditor estimates that auditing a client with assets of 20 million in a low-risk environment will take 300 hours. The auditor is now assigned to a client with 60 million cedis in assets and a moderate risk profile. If the time is adjusted by a factor of 1.3 for moderate risk, how many additional hours will be required due to the increased size and risk?
$780 hours.
That is not correct. You have one other chance.
900 hours.
No, it is not correct. Bonus is available. Tamale Technical University.
690 hours.
No. So you pay attention to the question. Now your question, Tamale Technical University. An audit of a 15 million CD client in a moderate risk environment takes 270 hours. The auditor is now assigned to a 12 million CD high risk client. If the risk multiplier for a high risk is 1.4 and moderate risk is 1.2, how many extra hours are needed to account for the increase in risk level? An audit of a 15 million CD client in the moderate risk environment takes 270 hours. The auditor is now assigned to a 15 million CD high risk client. If the risk multiplier for a high risk client is 1.4 and moderate is 1.2, how many extra hours are needed to account for the increase in risk level?
$302.4 hours.
No, you have one other chance. Bonus available to West End University College.
50.4 hours.
No, it is 45 additional hours. I'm talking about the additional hours that will be required. Additional hours, and that is 45. Now for our last set of questions, West End, you begin for us. Last set of questions for this round, I presume. MTN Ghana Limited had sales of 1.2 million cedis last year. Contribution margin was 600,000 cedis, and operating profit was 200,000 cedis. Calculate the degree of operating leverage and interpret the results. MTN Ghana Limited had sales of 1.2 million cedis. Contribution margin was 600,000 cedis, and operating profit was 200,000 cedis. Calculate the degree of operating leverage and interpret the results.
So operations was 16.67%, and that was the contribution to sales.
That is not correct. You've been bailed out. Bonus for Tamale Technical University. So that, okay, I won't give the answer now. Your major question, Tamale Technical University. Guel Ghana has earnings before interest and tax of 300,000 cedis and interest expense of 75,000 cedis. Calculate the degree of financial leverage and interpret the results. Guel Ghana Limited has earnings before interest and tax of 600,000 cedis and interest expense of 75,000 cedis. Calculate the degree of financial leverage and interpret the results.
Okay, so the degree of financial leverage is 0.25, and this is because this is lesser as compared to the earnings before interest and tax.
That is not acceptable. Bonus is available to West End University. The degree of financial leverage is 1.33. So it is just computed as 300,000 over the earnings before tax. That is 300 minus 75. So 300 all over 300 minus 75 should give you the financial leverage. For operating leverage, it's just the contribution margin over the operating profit. As simple as that. On that note, we come to the end of round 2. So we still have 4 more rounds to go. This is the Tertiary Business Sense Challenge. This is version 7.0 and this is the round of 16. The contest is between the West End University College and the Tamale Technical University. West End University from the Southeast Zone. Tamale Technical University from the Northern Zone. A place at the round of 16 is at stake. You are reminded that the program is streaming live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Our sponsors include ICA Ghana, MTN Ghana, PwC Gold Ghana, Piva Beverages, Glyco Life, Compu Ghana, as well as GCB Bank. Our media partners are Daily Graphic Online, and TV3. The program once again is streaming live on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, we have our scores ready. Let's see them. At the end of round 2, Tamale Technical University had 4 points. West End University College had 4 points. We are going into round 3. In this round, both schools will be presented with a common problem, and they are supposed to work as a team and come out with one solution. And this will be compared with what we have and marks awarded out of 10. You have 10 minutes within which to work out your solution. Please pick it up. Let's go through together. We have something on project management. A company is managing a project with the following activities and their respective durations and dependencies. So there are 5 activities, each with different duration and predecessors. The requirement of the first question is that construct a network diagram for the project. And 2, determine the project duration using the critical path method. That's a question 1. For question 2, a project consists of the following activities and their durations as well. We have 5 activities A to E with their dependencies. Draw the project network diagram and determine the critical path. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our business case of the day. You have 10 minutes to which you work out your solution. You may begin work now. Please stop work and submit whatever you have done. Tamale Technical University. Tamale Technical University. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is still the Tertiary Business Sense Challenge, and we are in the third round. This is our business case of the day. The two schools were presented with a common problem, something on project management, and they were supposed to construct a network diagram as well as to determine the duration using the critical path method. Let's examine what we were expecting from them and what they produced. So what were we expecting from them? So the network diagram is a diagram that seeks to illustrate how projects progress from one activity to the other. It usually begins from the top. You identify the various activities at each stage. Normally in network diagram, you are told if there is a predecessor, that is an activity that comes before the next activity or not, and that should inform how you construct the diagram. So with what it looks like a tree kind of form. From what we have, the first activity is A. There was no predecessor, so A is at the apex, but beneath A there is a B. And then there's also a C, because when we check the predecessors for B and C, we are told that it is A and A. It means under the A, we have two sides, a B and then a C. And then when we come to D, under the D, we are told that the predecessor is B and C. So it means that the D feeds from both B and C. And then the E, the predecessor to the E, is the D. So based on this, we are able to construct something that looks like a man standing in that form. If you're able to draw a diagram of this semblance, you have 2 points. And now the second part of the question was to determine the project duration using the critical path method. So with the illustration that we see, you realize that there are two paths that can be created. You can begin with the A, go through the B, you come to D and then E. Or you can begin from A, go through C, and then you come to D and then E. So if you should use both methods, one of them you are going to get 16 days. That if you decide to go through A, B, D, and E. And if you choose the A, C, D, and E, you have 17 days. But the question asks that we should use the critical path method. Under project management, critical path method is the longest duration. Okay, so the, how do we call it? The longest duration path. The longest time it will take for it to complete an activity. That's normally determined by the critical path method. So if you're able to compute these two, you have 2 points. If you're able to indicate that using the critical path method, the number of days should be the 17 days, you have another point. That should give you 5. We do same for the second part where we are supposed to draw a diagram of this nature. Here also we have A with predecessors, or we have B and C both with predecessor of A, and then D with a predecessor of B and C, and then E, or E with a predecessor D. Similar to the first diagram, if you do this well, again the two paths, you have 15 days for part 1 and then 14 days. So using the critical path method, we end up at 15 days. So that should also go for 5 marks, and together that should be 10 marks. Now let's look at what our people did, beginning with the Tamale Technical University. Tatu, I'm not so sure which kind of diagram they were drawing. They were not drawing anything of note. And also because they don't understand the concept, they could not also indicate the days well. But for the first one, I give them 1 mark. Similar thing to the B, the second question also. They attempted to draw something in the nature of the diagram. So I'll give them some 1 mark, but the rest they could not do anything. So for the effort, they get 2 out of 10. West End University College, they were able to draw the network diagram. They get 2 marks for drawing it correctly. In terms of determining the duration, they computed only one using just one side. That is 1 mark. They did not compute the other method, so they don't get any marks for the. So for the first one, they got 3. And then the second one also, they drew the diagram correct, but they also computed just 1 again. So here also they get 3. So for the effort, they get 6 out of 10. At the end of round 3, the scores. Tamale Technical University had 2 points. West End University College had 6 points. We are going into round 4. Are you effecting any changes, coaches? All right, if you are, please go ahead now and effect any substitutions that you may have. You're welcome, sir. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Al-Hassan Ahmed, BTech Logistics and Procurement, level 300.
Okay. You're welcome once again. We are going into round 4, the graphic business segment. In this round, I'm going to ask you questions on some stories that appeared in the graphic business newspaper. Each of you will attempt 6 major questions. For the purpose of this contest, we are looking at stories that appeared in the 10th, 17th, and 24th June editions of the Graphic Business newspaper. For a major question, you have 10 seconds to give an answer. For a bonus, 5 seconds. 2 attempts only at a major question, 1 attempt at a bonus. We are beginning this round from the West End University College. Common preamble to all schools. Common preamble to the two of you. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the sharp decline in producer price inflation presents an opportunity for businesses to revisit suspended investment and expansion plans. So I'm going to give you some sectors and you have to provide some information to me. So for the following sectors, indicate their weight to the PPI basket. The year-on-year inflation for April 2025 and May 2025. Did you get a preamble? I'm going to give you some sectors of the economy based on statistics from the Ghana Statistical Service. For the sector that I'm going to mention to you, identify their weight to the producer price index basket. The year-on-year inflation for April 2025 for that sector, and also its May 2025 inflation for that sector. Are we okay? West End University College. Yours is the manufacturing sector. Manufacturing sector.
$43.35 for manufacturing. For
That is not correct. Bonus is available, tattoo. Also bailed out. Now your major question, tattoo. Yours is mining and quarrying sector. Mining and quarrying sector.
We have 16.4%.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to accept that. Bonus is available, West End. Okay. So for mining and quarrying, the weight was 43.7%. The May 2025 inflation was 13.7%, and April was 24.3%. Okay, let's go on to the next set of questions. Also a common preamble. Ghana's quest to revive its poultry sector, a once thriving engine of economic development, rests heavily on proactive, strategic, and sustained government leadership. With a budget of 1.5 billion cedis, the Akukon Ketenkete program is designed to kickstart domestic poultry production, reduce import dependency, and create jobs. You have to mention 3 elements each as part of the goal of substituting 100,000 metric tons of poultry imports. Mention any 3 elements each as part of the goal of substituting 100,000 metric tons of poultry import, beginning with West End University College.
One goal is to reduce the rate of importation of poultry. Another goal is to strengthen the poultry association. And another goal is to generate revenue for the government.
I'm not accepting any of those. Now your major chance, Tamale Technical University.
Investing in technology to reduce over-reliance of poultry imports. And
I'm not taking that either. It didn't start on the right note. So some of the goals or some of the elements: annual production of 66.7 million broilers, weekly processing of 1.28 million birds, etc. Those are the goals that, or those are the elements that I expected. Common preamble again. Common preamble, please take note. As reported in the 10th June edition of the Graphic Business newspaper, the government's latest short-term debt auction has raised concern about investor confidence in the market. The auction fell short of its targets. Now, West End University College, what was the yield for 182-day T-bills, and by how many basis points did it change from the previous period? What was the yield for 182-day T-bills, and by how many basis points did it change from the previous period?
The yield for 182 days is 1.8 billion. That is 1.87. Then changed from 15.42 to 15.57.
That is not acceptable. Bonus is available, Tamale Technical University. Even bailed out. Now, Tamale Technical University, yours is, what was the yield for 364-day till bills, 364-day treasury bills? How many basis points did it change from the previous period?
$364-day bill was 1.37 billion Ghana, and the basis point was 16.
That is not correct. Bonus is available.
$345 million.
That cannot be correct. It cannot be correct. Next set of questions, we are beginning with the Tamale Technical University. Common preamble. The 2-day Johnny Walker Ghana Golf Championship came off successfully at the Achimota Golf Club. The championship was organized in various categories. That's a preamble. The 2-day Johnny Walker Ghana Golf Championship came off successfully at the Achimota Golf Club. Now, Tamale Technical University, identify the winner of the men's category A, his place of work, and his portfolio. Identify the winner of the men's category A, his place of work, and his portfolio.
So the winner of the men's category A is Philip Ayensu, and he's the secretary of the Media Age Limited.
2 out of 3. Now, West End. Identify the winner of the women's category A, her place of work and her portfolio. The winner of the women's category A, her place of work and then the portfolio. Bonus is available to Tattoo.
The winner is Letitia Amponsa, and he's part of the board of Nkrumah, the Nkrumah Board of Directors.
Okay, I'll accept that. That's fine. Yes, so Letitia Amponsa Mensah, she's secretary to the Nkrumah Board of Directors. It's fine. Next set of questions, still with you. Tamale Technical University. Access Bank Ghana PLC has been crowned the best bank in Ghana for 2025 by Global Finance Magazine. With a vast network of over 700 branches and service outlets spanning 23 countries, Access Bank continues to deliver superior service to its customers. That's a preamble. Now your question. Mention any 3 countries where the bank has service outlets as indicated in the article of 17th June. Mention any 3 countries where Access Bank has service outlets as indicated in the article.
We have India, China, and Lebanon.
That is not correct. You have one other chance.
We have Hong Kong, and we have France, and we have Hong Kong, France, and Hong Kong, France, and what is the other country?
2 out of 3. West End. Mention any 3 countries where the bank has representative offices as indicated in the article. Mention any 3 countries where the bank has representative offices as indicated in the article of 17th June.
UAE, Hong Kong, and UK.
That is not correct. You have one other chance.
China, UK. China, Lebanon, and Nigeria.
So 2 out of 3. So China, Lebanon, and India. Yes. Our last set of questions for this round, ladies and gentlemen. Last set of questions. Marketing is often perceived as a tool exclusive to the private sector, aimed at profit maximization. However, in the context of public service delivery, marketing can serve as a strategic instrument. Dr. Ibn Haylan Abdul Hamid, in his article on incorporating marketing in public service delivery, discusses 5 key marketing innovations that public sector organizations can adopt to raise funds and improve service delivery outcomes. Explain 3 ways. Remember, we are beginning with Tamale Technical University. Explain 3 ways by which the following may be achieved, as stated in the article. So he gave a number of ways, I think some 5 points. So under each of them, there are ways of achieving them. So I'm going to give you one of the 5 marketing innovations, and you give me 3 ways of achieving each of those innovations. Did you get a preamble? Did you get it? Okay. So Tamale Technical University, yours is client-centric service design. Client-centric service design. How will this be achieved, or how should this be achieved?
So the client-centric service design can be achieved by what? Establishing platform for customers and...
Can I come again? Speak into the microphone here.
Okay, these plans can be achieved by what? 1. Establishing platform for customers.
Establishing platform for what?
Like software for customers where they can get updated.
I'm not sure I will accept that. Bonus available to West End University College.
Customer feedback system, digital innovations like using of social platforms, and customer confidence advert.
I'm not taking that for a bonus. I'm not taking that. Now yours, West End University College. Yours is digital engagement. Digital engagement.
By use of social media platforms, by running user-centric tailored survey, and by
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. So on that note, we come to the end of round 4. We come to the end of round 4, ladies and gentlemen. The contest is still between West End University College and the Tamale Technical University. This is a round of 16 contest. Both are from different zones and they are here to represent and to defend their zone. A place at the quarterfinal stage of the 2025 Tertiary Business Science Challenge is at stake. We already have the Valley View University in waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 4, the scores. West End University College had 3 points. Tamale Technical University had 5 points. We are going into round 5, the true or false segments. True or false segments. In this round, I'm going to read out some statement to you. Just tell me if the statement is true or false. As simple as that. Very simple. If you get it correct, I'll give you 2 points. But if you get it wrong, you suffer a penalty of -1. You may decide not to answer, in which case the other school may ring for it under the same conditions. You have 10 seconds within which to give me an answer. Please, are you ready? If you are ready, we begin this round from the West End University College. West End University College. To terminate a contract for repudiatory breach, the innocent party need not to tell the defaulting party. To terminate a contract for repudiatory breach, the innocent party need not to tell the defaulting party. True or false?
True.
It is true. Tattoo. Affirming a contract after a repudiatory breach prevents the innocent party from later terminating for that same breach. Affirming a contract after a repudiatory breach prevents the innocent party from later terminating for that same breach.
It's true.
What?
True.
It is true. Please speak into the microphone well. Don't hold it. You can speak like I am. Okay? Don't cover it. All right. Next set of questions still with West End. Constant returns to scale occur when long-run average cost remains constant as output increases. Constant returns to scale occur when long-run average cost remains constant as output increases. Tatu, do you want to take it up?
False.
It is not false. Now, your major question, Tatu. A firm experiencing increasing returns to scale will see its long-run average cost curve slope upwards. A firm experiencing increasing returns to scale will see its long-run average cost curve slope upwards.
It's true.
It is not true. West End University. A company with a low debt to equity ratio is always financially healthier than one with a higher ratio. A company with a low debt to equity ratio is always financially healthier than one with a higher ratio.
True.
It is not true. Tamale Technical University. A high current ratio always indicates good short-term financial health. A high current ratio always indicates good short-term financial health.
It's true.
Hey. It's not true. The fact that you have a high current ratio doesn't mean you are financially healthy. It could be indications of problems, actually. All right. Next set, I'm beginning with Tamale Technical University. Tamale Technical University. Data warehouses are better suited for storing large volumes of raw, unstructured data than data lakes. Data warehouse, they are better suited for storing large volumes of raw, unstructured data than data lake. True or false?
It's true.
It is not true. West End, data lakes are typically more cost-effective for long-term storage of large volumes of diverse data types. Data lake, they are typically more cost-effective for long-term storage of large volumes of diverse data types. Do you want to take it up? Are you taking it up or not? Should we move on, or you want to take it up? Now your major question, Tamale Technical University. Perceptual map. So perceptual maps can be used to track changes in brand positioning over time. Perceptual mapping or map can be used to track changes in brand positioning over time.
False. False.
It is not false. West End. Perceptual maps are limited to comparing only two brands at a time. Perceptual maps are limited to comparing only two brands at a time.
False.
Yes, it is false. And now the last set of questions for the round. Last set of questions. Tatu, beginning with you. In linear programming, the feasible region can be defined by a set of nonlinear inequalities. In linear programming, the feasible region can be defined by a set of nonlinear inequalities.
It's true.
It is not true. I'll explain why it cannot be true. Now, the last questions for this round. West End University College. A feasible region in linear programming can be empty. True or false? A feasible region in linear programming can be empty. True or false? You will bailed out. Bonus for Tamale Technical University. Okay. Now the reason why your answer could not have been false or could not have been true is I said in linear programming, the feasible region can be defined by a set of nonlinear inequalities. You are talking linear. How do you expect there to be nonlinear? Okay. And that is why it cannot be true. On that note, we come to the end of round 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one final round to go. How is it going for you, Tamale Technical University? Is it going according to plan? I'm not sure this is what you expected. Is it?
It's not going according to plan. But we are so disappointed in ourselves.
Oh no, there's still one more round to go.
But we are hoping to do our best as well.
Definitely, definitely. We have one more round. West, and how is it going for you?
We still have one more round to go, so we want to see before we draw conclusions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scores for round 5 before we go into round 6. So whilst we wait for the scores, remember that our next contest will be between the Indum School of Business and Technology and the University of Cape Coast. Indum School of Business and Technology versus the University of Cape Coast. So the scores for round 5. Tamale Technical University had the negative of 4. West End University had 7 points. So we have one final round to go. Hey, 3 points. West End had 3 points. My apologies. West End, I'm sorry. 3 points. Final round. 5 riddles. 25 points at stake. It can still be won by any of the 2 schools. The riddles are open to both of you. The first school to ring their bell will be given the opportunity to answer. If you get it correct on the first clue, 5 points. Second clue, 4 points. Answering on any other clue thereafter is 3 points. You have 10 seconds to give an answer when you ring a bell. Let me hear the bell from West End University College. And that of Tamale Technical University. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 riddles. Riddle number 1. So let's pay attention. Let's maintain some silence. Let's see how this one goes. I am a legal principle used primarily in insurance contracts and fiduciary relationships. A breach of me could lead to a rescission of the contract, denial of claims or benefits, and legal liability or damages. I go beyond the general duty of good faith by demanding full honesty and transparency before and during the formation of a contract. I ensure that neither the insured nor the insurer can conceal or misrepresent information that could influence the other party's decision. Tamale Technical University.
Utmost good faith.
Yes. They answered on the 4th clue, 3 points. 3 points. Riddle number 2. Riddle number 2. I am a two-way communication process used in organizations. I am a crucial part of the performance management process, providing a platform for feedback, goal setting, and identifying areas for improvement and development. I am well planned and structured to achieve maximum benefits. I provide an opportunity for the manager to offer constructive feedback on the employee's strengths, weaknesses, and performance against established goals. I'm a structured conversation in which a supervisor evaluates an employee's performance, provides feedback, and discusses career development plans. Who am I? West End University College.
Performance appraisal.
Yes. They answered on the last clue, 3 points. Riddle number 3. I refer to a category of goods subject to tax under the VAT Act of Ghana, Act 870. Traders engaged in my supply and sale are required to register for VAT. They may recover any input tax incurred. I offer benefits such as reduced costs for consumers, input tax credits, promotion of essential services, etc. While my kind of supplies are still considered taxable under the VAT system, they are exempt from the standard VAT rates. I include supplies such as export from Ghana, conveyance, or a supply of goods under a rental agreement. Who am I? Tamale Technical University.
Tax exempted goods.
No, please. That is not correct. All right, that's fine. So I'll give the answer. Nobody answered. Riddle number 4. Riddle number 4. I am a form of recent marketing strategy, particularly relating to digital and social media marketing. I thrive on social media platforms where individuals can easily engage with their audiences. These include Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, and blogs. My content may be framed as testimonial advertising, extolling the values of the product or services. Marketers use me to establish credibility in a market, to generate social conversations about brands, and to focus on driving online or in-store sales. I'm a strategy where brands collaborate with individuals who have a significant online following in a specific niche or industry. These individuals create content that promotes West End University College.
Brand influencer.
Yes, influencer marketing or brand influencer is correct. They answered on the last clue 3 points. 3 points. And now the last riddle, the last question for the contest. I am one of the most common training methods in human resource management. I am a simulation-based program, mostly applicable for skilled personnel or employees. My kind of training involves classroom instruction using equipment and machines similar to those used on the job. Some of my advantages include the fact that the employees are focused solely on the manufacturing process and are aware of any errors that can occur during production. I'm also an effective way of training many workers who need to West End University College.
In-person training.
No, I won't take that. I continue for the benefit of Tamale Technical University. I am also known as the near-site training method, where workers are given skills-based training away from the production site or office. Who am I? Anybody in the audience? What? Yes, vestibule is correct. So 3 points for the audience. The audience answered after the last clue, 3 points. So ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we come to the end of the round and the contest. It has been an engaging contest. Yes, the schools are still building momentum into the national championship. And I want to believe that is how come it is maybe a bit off the mark like we expected. But so scores for round 6 before we get the final scores for the contest. Tamale Technical University had 3 points. Western University College had 6 points. So once we wait for the final results, let me find out from my contestants how the round of 16 went for them. Beginning with Western University College. Overall, how do you assess your performance?
Overall, I'll say we've performed better than all our previous contests, and
That's fine. What do you think accounted for this so-called better performance?
so teamwork is number one, and building our confidence on stage is also another factor.
That's fine. Anyway, Tamale Technical University, how do you assess the contest overall?
Okay. So first of all, I will thank the team for being able to stand in for the school. And I will say that the performance wasn't encouraging because of poor preparation towards the competition. And we are hoping that at our next time coming here, we will do best.
Definitely. But is it that you've given up already, even without the scores?
Of course, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tamale Technical University, even without the results, say they have given up. What is the final result at the end of the contest? At the end of the contest, Tamale Technical University, runners-up in the Northern Zone, had 13 points. West End University College had 29 points. So Tamale Technical University, unfortunately, you could not win the contest. It appears that your journey in the 2025 Tertiary Business Science Challenge may have to come to an end at the end of this contest. We want to thank you for appearing or making an appearance this year. Hopefully you go and prepare and come back stronger or better next year. So thank you so much for making an appearance this year. For West End University College, that was a very wonderful performance from you. You would need to prepare better as we progress into the quarterfinal stage. Of course, at your first time of asking at the national championship, you've qualified to the quarterfinal stage. Congratulations to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the second round of 16 contest. We have two schools qualifying, Valley View University in the first contest and West End University College in the second contest. So on behalf of my production team, Executive Producer Franklin Sowa, Yvonne Ayi as Project Coordinator, Stella Logosu, George Danso, David Ebo, NSJC, Malik Haruna Yimano Amamo, Agnes Ado, Evans Minta, Alfred Akweje, Felix Tay, David Niam Abubakar, Evans Tayuba, and Samuel Ansa. It's been a pleasure coming your way today with this wonderful round of 16 contests. Of course, my team from ICAG is also supporting. Remember, the LinkedIn challenge is ongoing. The LinkedIn challenge. All schools who have made it to this year's championship are supposed to publish one original LinkedIn post. Share a meaningful insight or lesson from the TBSC 2025. Reflect on what you learned as part of your preparation or as part of the contest. And use the official hashtag TBSC 2025 challenge and tag all of us. It's been a pleasure coming your way once again. We'll come your way again with the next contest between the Indom School of Business and Technology and the University of Cape Coast. So ladies and gentlemen, until that time, my name once again is Al Hassan Yusuf Traore. Remember that I love academic violence. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Audience is ready. Studio audience, I must say, are gingered up. Last quarterfinal contest for day one is upon us. To Mudaraba and Musharaka in Islamic finance. I asked you to state and explain. You haven't explained. I want you to explain the points that you have mentioned. Join me as we want to experience some academic violence this afternoon. Team Gamma, 8 members with individual coding speed of 11 tasks per day, operate at 80% efficiency. Determine how many days each team will take to complete the project. Back if you should lose this one. A place at the semi-final is what is at stake. You are tempted to speak. Bonus for Central University. On that note, we come to the end of round 4A, ladies and gentlemen. Next set of questions, University of Education, Winneba. The 2024 edition of the Tertiary Business Science Challenge has finally come to an end. How do you assess your own performance? My name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traore, and I welcome you all to join in this violence.